but this was a time when I know he's not doing very well. A few weeks ago in his city, it was a big robbery in the bank, the Brazilian bank. So they stole over 50 million from the bank. So many people who were supposed to get these 600 reals from the government, he couldn't get that money until yesterday or 2 days ago. And then I just decided to do this fundraiser on Facebook to support him and some other masters in Brazil or anywhere else which they are in need. And I got with a group of people, and Contramestre Marcos Cabeça is always here helping us with all my projects. He's been helping me with the projects of the homeless. When I was ill, he was helping me to do my treatment. And now he's once again here helping me out of the project for my master. So he's straight away, he said, not a problem. Let's get some people into it, and I can share some of my knowledge as well and put towards the project. So all the money which we're gonna be getting here, as I say, is not price for workshops, it's just donations, which every week we're going to have different people leading the classes. And this time I'm very glad to start it with Contramestre Marcos Cabeça, because he does a lot of projects as well for kids, and he works very professional in his field, what he does with the capoeira. So thank you very much, everyone, to join this class today. Thank you very much, all your good hearts, to come here and support us in these calls. And I'll be always here for you whenever you need some help as well. So, Contramestre Marcos Cabeça, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for your help.
No problem.
I really appreciate that. And I'll leave the class with you now. I'll be joining in and out the class because I'm still at work. So I'm going to try to get the most out I can. But I'll be recording the class through my phone. Okay. So I can watch it later on. Okay?
No problema, no problema. Thank you for the invitation, and glad that I can contribute.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Marcos Cabeça. I'll leave that with you then.
Beleza. Okay, guys, thank you. I'm gonna, as we have Índia from São Paulo, she's joining us. Tá aí a Índia. Cadê? Oops, peraí. We have a little problem with her video. I'm going to translate in Portuguese as well, tá? Índia, o Teta estava falando sobre o mestre dele, né, de fazer um projeto. Eu acho que deu um problema com a câmera da Índia. Não sei se ela está aí. Bom, quando se tiver aí, a hora que você voltar eu explico. Basicamente é uma aula. O contramestre está arrecadando fundos para dar uma força para o mestre dele. Né, como muitos mestres lá no Brasil estão passando algum aperto por causa da situação e acaba dependendo da aula, das viagens. Então o contramestre também está dando uma força lá para o mestre dele. E agradeço o convite, estamos aí para ajudar. Tá? Obrigado por você chegar junto aí, Índia. Depois a gente tem a reunião aí do Mulheres da Garoa. Maravilha. Ok. Beleza. So, I will... instructed by Contramestre, I asked Contramestre Nego Teta how he would like the class, because this class is for him. He invited me. He did ask me to try and explain to you guys a bit more of how things work here at my school, and then try to show a little bit of the philosophy and how we do training here in QMC. You've got lots of my students that can wave, please. We have some people here in London. We have some people graduated in Canada, a couple of other students in the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic. So really good to see everybody. We might have some students from São Paulo joining. And then we have you guys from Contramestre Nego Teta, very nice, good to see you all. The first question I would like to make is injuries. Does anybody have any injury? If you do, you can wave and I open up to here. Vai lá, Taj.
Just got an issue with my left wrist.
Your left wrist? Okay, cool. Anybody else? Lucky.
Shoulder that we talked about before.
Shoulder, beleza. Aureli, I think you have unmuted yourself. I can't unmute you. Okay, fair enough. So if for you guys that have an injury, please adapt to the movements. Taj, we're gonna use a lot the wrists today, okay? Lucky, we're gonna use the shoulder for ponte. So adapt. When I show it, adapt, do something. I'm gonna always show a little another way of doing it. For
I'm
the
fine,
one,
thanks. Sorry. I've done it.
oh, already. Okay, cool, no problem. All right, thank you. For the ones, I'm always gonna show, if you can't do ponte, you know, we will adapt, we will do something different, etc., etc., etc. Beleza? So I have to have you guys on mute. Sometimes connection for somebody, the background noise might not allow to hear my voice, so please stay on mute. And then if you have a question, there will be time for questions. During the movements, I will try to see if you guys understood. I will tell you, look, this is for, you know, beginners, intermediate, this is from intermediate advanced. Tá? Índia, eu falei, se alguém tem algum machucado, alguma distensão, né, você me diz. E durante a aula, tá, eu vou estar mostrando os movimentos e sempre falando o que vai ser para iniciante, intermediário, o que vai ser para intermediário e avançado, ok? Beleza? Please have your water around you. We usually will have some water breaks. However, if you're very thirsty, please feel free to just go and drink some water. Beleza? Maravilha. Okay, the class is live on YouTube. We are sharing the link on social media. So please help sharing the link, because the idea is we get the people participating and supporting with the donations. A aula está sendo ao vivo pelo YouTube também, então, por favor, ajuda aí. A gente já colocou o link do YouTube no Facebook, na mídia social, dá uma força aí para promover, ok? Right, so very quick to start with how I do things here. I started Capoeira in São Paulo with Mestre Eddie Murphy in 1996. Mestre Eddie Murphy came from a lineage of Capitães da Areia, Farol da Barra. It was a lineage in São Paulo, so a similar style the different groups were playing. When I joined Mestre Eddie Murphy's class, it didn't take 6 months, and we were starting to move from the way we used to play capoeira to this nowadays more known as contemporary style, né, de cadeira, and then doing this with the hand. Okay, so I started within 6 months. I remember we were from a group called Makulele. Mestre Eddie Murphy had joined that group not long before I joined him. Mestre Fran was in São Paulo and was bringing all of the new updates, how to do esquivas, how to do the movements, a different vocabulary. I like to teach my students capoeira as a language. And as a language, you have different accents. And the different accents are the different schools. Everybody's speaking the same language, capoeira, but with different accents. Okay, sometimes with different jargons, sometimes with different terminology. It's the same language. So then we go into the contemporary language. And then after starting training with Mestre Eddie Murphy, about 3 years training, I had an accident, etc. Then I came to London. And Mestre Eddie Murphy then joined Axé Capoeira. After a little while, Mestre Eddie Murphy again joined Axé Capoeira and stayed in group Axé Capoeira for 10 years. Mestre Barrão is the leader of Axé Capoeira. So then I got 10 years of his philosophy, his style, his accent in Capoeira. And then since 2015, I then started doing my own work, in 2016 officially. But 2015, I started bringing more the Angola style, the Angola philosophy into my school, Axé Capoeira. It's a very it's Mestre Barrão likes his school, very focused on on the more martial arts side and cultural expression side of Capoeira. So then I start bringing this Angola more into the Angola philosophy, the Angola movements, the Angola accents. And today we do something here in the school which I call, or is called in São Paulo, the Vadiação game, or the Praça da República for the ones who know, and Casa Mestre Ananias. Yeah. And I am today with Mestre Biguidinho. Mestre Biguidinho, who is joining there, is my capoeira grandfather, is the master of my master. Mestre, tudo bem?
Aí, meu rei.
Salve.
Graças a Deus. Salve. Salve para todo mundo aí.
Beleza. É isso aí, valeu, mestre. O mestre Valdir tá aqui, ó, mestre.
Eu acabei de ligar você falando República e Mestre Biguidinho. Ô, meu rei.
Aí, ó.
Tudo bem, meu velho?
Tudo bom?
Uma graças a
Tamo
Deus, a
junto.
gente vai levando aí. Como é que tá aí, meu camarada?
Tão bem, graças a Deus. Estamos parados, né? Estamos parados, não podemos trabalhar. Essa é a realidade. Mas logo, logo volta ao normal, se Deus quiser.
Amém. Tamo junto.
Tamo junto sim.
Beleza. Ok, mestre. Bem-vindo aí, mestre Biguidinho. Valeu, mestre Valdir. Então, mestre, eu tô dando uma explicada aí, tentando resumir 25 anos de capoeira em 5 minutos. e a loucura que eu tô fazendo hoje. So then, bringing this type of vadiação, I got close to Mestre Eduardo Negão in São Paulo, who does the Vadeia Sampa, and I've been studying more how the vadiação game, Casa Mestre Ananias, Praça da República, how does it work? Né? So I've been studying the tuning of the berimbau, how the bateria is formed, the structure of singing in a vadiação game, and the structure of the game. Okay, my students do that a lot with me. So my classes are always focused on either vadiação or from the background I bring from all the groups. São Bento Grande da regional, né? E a little bit of Benguela. Benguela has never been something very strong in Axé Capoeira, but I think it was something that all the contemporary groups would be pretending they were doing. In my opinion, a Benguela is a Nabadá creation, and that is where we see a beautiful Benguela being played. Everybody else tried to do something similar. Né? So I'm not confident to get into the accent of capoeira. So I will bring the vadiação, a little bit of São Bento. So my class today, we will start with some Angola movements, some vadiação movements, and then I will go into some São Bento Grande da Regional movements, which is more of this square base I brought from Axé Capoeira, but more a combat, more explosive, fast response, and what is labeled as contemporary style. Beleza? Maravilha. So if you do have any questions so far, happy to answer. If not, vamos balançar a peruca aí. Okay? All right then. So I will try to, so please, in terms of levels, Jay, Cristina, Aureli, Taj, please could you tell me the length, the time in capoeira, so I know more or less.
9 years.
I've recently started, but I've just been taking private classes only.
Okay, thank you, Jay. Taj?
9 years.
9 years. Taj, I'm very nice. Cristina?
7 years.
7 years. Okay, cool. I can't see Aureli. How long is Aureli, Taj?
Probably about the same as me.
Okay, cool. Legal. So, Jay, it might be. I will always show. I will get the class more in an intermediate level, but I will always show a few movements that I know beginners will struggle. Another way to do the movement. Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Beleza, maravilha. So we will try to
10 years.
10 years. Okay, cool. Thank you. So we will try to start the class with a lot of flow. I will always show with a lot of flow. I will try to just be moving in front of the camera and you guys following, okay? So I will try to talk less and I would like to see you trying more. Even if you're doing wrong, please try first, and then I will keep correcting you guys. Zoom, we have that beautiful capability of looking at each one of your screens and giving you some feedback. But let's try to warm up, okay? Feeling the music, listening to the music, connecting with the music, okay? And keeping the body moving. Beleza? Maravilha. Muito bom. So, Teta, thank you once again for the invitation. Everybody here. And I hope you guys enjoy. Então, vamos lá.
Vamos adiar. Eu quero adiar.
Apareceu Paraná, 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 Paraná. Pega não, vai pegar não. Paraná, 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 Paraná,
no aparelho. Tá gravando aí do aparelho. Tá bonito. Nossa, muito demais. Olha aí, como ah, vai. Sai de baixo. Vem que eu bater ali. Olha o berimbau novo aí. Tá ótimo. Eu fiz uma dúvida pronta. Sou pedrinho curaça, sou pedreirinho curaça. Sou pedreirinho curaça, sou meu bem novidade na Bahia. Marinheiro absoluto, chegou pintando a rile. Prenderam Pedro Mineiro, meu bem, dentro da secretaria, para dar depoimento daquilo que eu não sabia. Foram contar minha mulher que eu era um grande vadio. Semana que eu não trabalho, sustento mulher e filho. Delegado me intimou dentro da secretaria para eu dar depoimento. Sou meu bem daquilo que eu não sabia. Camaradinho é mandingueiro. É mandingueiro, camarada. Volte pra lá. Volte pra lá, camarada. Vem jogar pra cá. Jogar pra cá, camarada. Ele é mandingueiro. É mandingueiro, camarada. E Aruandi. Aruandi, camarada. Vamos embora, camarada. Pela barra fora, camarada. Camarada. Saindo de uma cidade, no entrar de um povoado, cantava a mulher render, forró lá do sertão, na pisada eu me criei, cangaceiro de lampião, na pisada eu me criei. A cidade de lampião. Saindo de uma cidade, no entrar de um povoado, eu cantava a mulher render, forró lá do sertão, a pisada de lampião. Olha a pisada de lampião. Quando eu for eu levo por esse mundo sentir. Vai lá, minha Nossa Senhora, Imaculada Conceição, como se maltrata, abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, Rio de Janeiro.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Sofrer de um curaçá.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Novidade na Bahia.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Marinheiro absoluto.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Foi o conta de mulher.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Mandingueiro me vencer.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Marinheiro absoluto.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Chegou ficando aqui.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Primeiro Pedro Mineiro.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Dentro da secretaria.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalo, abalador.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Vamos embora dessa terra.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Deus no meu carro.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Se aí quiser me ver.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Botei o nome no mar. Abalou, abalou.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou. Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Senta, Zacaru.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou. Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, Rio de Janeiro.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou. Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, Maceió.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
E a chão tava cantando.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Na cidade do Açu.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Quando apareceu um preto.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Da espécie de urubu.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Chamando o riachão.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Para vir cantar Marquém.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Riachão disse eu não canto.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
No negro desce o índice.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Porque pode ser escravo.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
E andar a te fugir.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Isso é da Cadanambu.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Isso é da Pretuci.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Eu sou livre como vem.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Minha linguagem é nova.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Sou um dos mais ilustrados.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Que eu sou nesse mundo fora.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Nascimento da grandeza.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Não saí de Acapó.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou, cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, Maceió.
Abalou, cajueira, o bandeiro.
Abalou o mundo inteiro.
Abalou, cajueira,
abalou.
o bandeiro, senhor.
Bandeiro, velho.
Keep going. Okay. Look. Now. Say hi, y'all. Keep going, everybody. Aí, Jay. Very good. Keep going. Ok. Beleza. Come back. Come back. Beleza, so far? Yeah, are we getting warm or not yet? Peraí, mestre. Let's hear. Mestre wants to say something. Fala, mestre. É que o senhor botou o senhor no mudo aí, eu não consigo tirar. Você tem que apertar o botãozinho aí. Aí. Vai lá.
O Teta tá aí, não?
O Teta ele tá no meio do trabalho, então ele entra e sai, que ele tá fazendo o trabalho dele.
Fala que eu mandei um axé para ele. Aí eu falei com outro mestre, não falei um axé para ele.
Tá bom, mestre, sem problema. Daqui a pouquinho ele volta, ele falou que ele vai estar lá e cá, tá bom? Valeu. Mestre Valdir, por favor, sinta-se à vontade se eu quiser falar alguma coisa, dar uma dica, tá bom? Dar alguma instrução.
Sem problema. Eu tenho dor na perna, né? Eu tenho que ficar só olhando, ainda dói.
Tá bom, mestre. Tá bom, beleza.
Tomei uns 4.
Eita, nós. 4
tá só acompanhando.
Tá bom.
É, para tirar dor, né?
Eu lembro muito bem. Boa sorte.
Você sabe, né? Você sabe como que é. Você tem experiência.
Tá bom. Vamos lá. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to start making a little bit harder, okay? So, Jay, you are probably the youngest one here. I have another 1 or 2 students that are beginners. Don't worry. Now, the next movement, we'll do a knot in your brain. So don't feel frustrated. I will show another version to you, okay? Beleza? Guys, we are doing a little warm-up with capoeira movements. Tá? Ginga, cocorinha, etc. Beleza? Então vamos lá. Cristina, somehow you are like in those Matrix movies, or you are upside down. Tada! Okay. It's a bit easier for me to feedback now. Okay? All right. Beleza. Vamos lá. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do one for, I think, like I said, intermediate advanced. And then I do another one similar for the ones who don't think can do the more complex movement. Okay? So please just watch for now. Don't try to follow. Beginner's version.
Abalou cajueira, abalou, mas abalou Rio de Janeiro. Abalou cajueira, abalou, unidade na Bahia. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou, deixa abalar. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou Rio de Janeiro. Abalou cajueira, abalou, sofrer de coração. Abalou cajueira, abalou, unidade na Bahia. Abalou cajueira, abalou, marinheiro de fundo. Abalou cajueira, abalou, mandingueiro me venceu. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô marinheiro absoluto. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô chegou picando aqui. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô prenderam o Pedro Mineiro. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô dentro da secretaria. Ô abalo, abalador. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou, deixa abalar. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô vamos embora dessa terra. Abalou cajueira, abalou, entendeu? Não meu carro. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô se aí quiser me ver. Abalou cajueira, abalou, ô botei na minha. Abalou, 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 deixa abalar. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou cajueira, abalou. Teta, Zacaru. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou Maceió. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou Rio de Janeiro. Abalou cajueira, abalou, abalou, deixa abalar. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, abalou Maceió. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, e a chão tava cantando. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, na cidade do Açu. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, quando apareceu um preto. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, da espécie de urubu. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, chamando-lhe a chama. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, para mim cantar marquês. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, e a chama disse eu não canto. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, o negro desce um índice. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, porque pode ser escravo. Abalou cajueira, abalou, oh, e andar aqui.
Ok. Ok, come Again, the same thing. I will show one sequence and then show a version for the beginners, okay? Yeah? Guys, those movements, when we do floor movements, it's already difficult to pass those type of movements in an academy. So online, it gets even harder, okay? So don't get frustrated with yourselves, but please try. Even if you think you're not doing correct, the best thing is you try the movement. If you're doing something completely different, I will feedback to you. If you're not, just try, just keep your body moving, okay? Just watch, just watch.
Saído de uma cidade, brincando em um povo, cantando a mulher render, eu me criei,
hands.
Vambora, menino! Vambora, menino!
Abalou cajueira, abalou, mas abalou Rio de Janeiro.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, novidade na Bahia. Todo mundo.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, abalou Rio de Janeiro.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, torcedor em Curaçá.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, novidade na Bahia.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, mas...
Hey,
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
keep going, everybody. Keep going. Keep going, everybody. Keep going. Jay, you're gonna follow me, okay? So you're gonna follow me. We're gonna do it together, okay? They're gonna carry on. We're gonna do it together.
Oh, mandingueiro me venceu.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, marinheiro absoluto.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, chegou pisando em mim.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, peneiro, Pedro Mineiro. Oh, gente da secretaria. Oh, abalo, abalador.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, vamos embora da cadeia.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
No meu carro.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, saioque da minha.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, bateu na minha mão. Abalou, abalou. Abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Towards me. Come towards the camera.
Abalou cajueira, abalou. Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Back leg. Back leg.
Abalou cajueira, abalou. Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, abalou, Maceió.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, na estava cantando.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, na cidade do Açu.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, quando apareceu um preto.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, da espécie de urubu.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, chamando o Riachão.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, parece que eu tô marcando.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh,
That's
Riachão,
it.
que eu não
Good.
canto.
Abalou
Keep
cajueira,
going.
abalou.
Oh, quando eu tudo é conhecido.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, porque pode silenciar.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, e andar aqui.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, isso é da cada namoro.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, isso é da petição.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, eu tô livre como vem.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, minha linguagem é nova.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, são dos mais no chão.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, seu caminho mundo fora.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, no sentido da grandeza.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, no cair de acabou.
Abalou cajueira, abalou.
Oh, abalou, deixa abalar.
Abalou cajueira,
Okay.
Abalou,
back. Come back. Maravilha. Survived? Água? Yes, please. Let's have a little 2 minutes. Vamos tirar 2 minutinhos para dar uma respirada. Beleza. Any questions or comments? Vai, isso, pelo menos quilombola, vai.
From this movement, so going and kicking,
Yeah.
and then going in onto the cabeza.
Yeah.
There's the weight.
That's fine as well. Doesn't need to be. That's fine on your shoulder. And then au. And then leg in front, and then holy again. No. The way you had, yeah. Okay. Oh, guys, boa, lucky, good. What I'm doing here is a base. This is what we would call a base. And actually mixing a few bases, and then Capoeira has lateral thinking, creativity. We got to be creative. It's same as talking. We learned the ABC, we put everything together, we study more the language, but when we speak with somebody else, nobody taught us at school every single conversation we would have in our lives. Same thing with Capoeira, we get bases. The teachers, the masters will give you some sequences, which is to exercise movements and situations. Now, when you go and play Capoeira, you might be able to put one sequence here, one sequence there, a trick. You give the bait, people bite it. So you want to do a vingativa, you get the press doing a queixada, hello de frente, you do something to get where you put people where you want to. But all of the things we're doing here are bases. So a couple of bases I like to use in the game is inside the game. So going down the ginga, going up the ginga, going down the ginga, going up the ginga. For me, here is the problem. I am 2 feet inside the game. Here, my opponent's there, or I'm going down, but I'm here. So when we were doing ginga, sobe, close. Be careful to do too much ginga with your face here. Of course, you have to put expression, negaça, box, everything is hidden. Fine, but not here. Here, okay. Maybe. You play with Mestre Valdir, you play with Mestre Biguidinho, nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe. Play with Teta, even worse. His cabeçadas will follow you in São Paulo and in London. But, fechou. Entrou. Cutuquei. Provoke, poked somebody. Boom, out the game. Whoa. Aí, Can go here, or I can just keep moving, Boom. Base, fez a ponte. Boom. Desceu, martelo. Girei. Again. My foot is here. I can use. Posso entrar aqui. Fez o AU, But I decide to go down. I like that base. I can go here. It's a base that it gives a good amount of options. Legal? Bacana. So, answering your question, Lucky, do we do in that way? Well, this sequence, the way I'm showing, yes. In the game, each time you go to a different event, getting a class from each day, tomorrow from Teta and somebody else, we join, we get the knowledge, and we put something that identifies with us. Okay? Beleza. Questions, comments, more? Vai, Cipó?
It's really nice to play with the distance, moving in and out, and opening and blocking the game with the movements.
Beleza. Maravilha. Muito bom. Beleza. Anybody else? Vai, Mani.
I really like, as Paul said, coming in and out, and I like to keep practicing the ponchi with the kick and then coming out of it. It's a really hard move for me, and I think I've nearly got it.
Yeah. That ponche, I will say here in my school, terminologies are terminologies everywhere. Ponche quebrada. It's exercising off. Together, down. You can put your knee down or just stretch a bit. My back is very tight today. Stretch back, go all the way back. Then the idea is knee do not touch the floor, arch your back. Ooh, hands. I am not somebody flexible in my shoulder. So it's not really only for people who are very flexible in the back. It's training, it's getting the position. I teach them, I say, get cushion. We are doing lots of home office, home training with the cushion. I think the biggest fear, the biggest barrier for acrobatics is fear. We're going back. Nobody wants to hit the back of your head on the floor. So start exercising this. Start from here. I will go. Cushion. And then after you try to put, your hand has to be there. Your hand will be the spring. So hand here, not gonna happen. Your head will be the spring. So there. Couple of times with the cushion and then without. The martelo after the ponche, I've tried in the game, and 95% of the times you catch the person. Because people are not expecting a martelo to come from your ponche. They are expecting you to get out to do a fancy thing, a fancy defense. And some people even want to go, oh, I already told Teta what I'm going to do with him. So when I play with him, he likes to come over and I will just go martelo, boop. Legal? So the martelo always work. Always work. Vai, Lucky.
Do people, sorry if it's windy, do people ever, can you travel with that? Can you move across the floor?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
I've seen Shushu doing it, getting under the other person's leg. Shushu, Gugu, Shushu, they do things to another level, another planet level. Né? But yes, you do. Mestre Camaleão. Mestre Camaleão playing. I watched some videos and say, how, from where? I don't understand where did he get out of the meia-lua de compasso? The other day I saw him playing, he literally climbed the guy's legs and then ajoelhado on him. And everybody was like, what? How did you do it? So I never seen any mestre teaching that movement, not even him. But right there in that moment of the game, for him, okay, I had an insight. Let me see if it worked. Bang, it worked. What are you going to say? I'm sorry, this is not capoeira move. No, it worked. Beautiful. Mandinga, malícia, né? Lateral thinking. light-hearted, playing capoeira. He didn't joelhada the guy in the face, né? He marked the joelhada. And amazing, those moments in capoeira go, wow. Né? Okay? Beleza. Maravilha. Okay, so a little bit of, like I said, concerned with time. If we play a vadiação game, what we say here is nothing else than an Angola game. And like Mestre Eduardo says, it's capoeira with the Angola clothing. Because there's some, depending on the lineage in Angola, you see some very games that will keep the pace more or less throughout for a long time. When we do the vadiação here, we start not so melancholic, not so slow. We come with the ladainha, louvação, then a long corrido. When the long corrido comes in, when the people start to play, the instruction is to become one. So the two players will not be competing. They will actually be synchronized. Literally inside, the jogo de dentro. And beautifully synchronizing, connecting with the bateria, connecting with each other, connecting with themselves. Bang, 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 keep going, keep going. Slowly, the bateria will develop. Right? And what we do is we bring them, after a long corrido, we bring a short corrido. When we bring a short corrido, the game naturally will start to ask for more. When we bring the short corrido, we bring the clapping, and then the game develops. The people stand up more. Then you see, and light-hearted. It is a game. You're gonna take down, you're gonna martel, etc. But everything light-hearted. This beautiful concept we always hear about capoeira is a dance. Não, Mestre Pastinha é luta de bailarino, é dança de gladiador. Né? That is perfect. Is a fight of dancers and a dance of gladiators. Beautiful, perfect. Light-hearted, you are trying to do a martelo, cabeçada, take down, but light-hearted, if you get taken down, get up, go again. It's a game. And if your colleague has played in a light-hearted way with you, the takedown will be, oh, okay, get up, bang, let's go. Beleza? Vai lá, Mani.
Well, I was going to ask, normally when like people bond really well, normally they've played with each other before. Does that rule apply always, or is it like?
No, it doesn't apply always. You are right. Bond is also related to, if you play with somebody and you know that person, when you play again, there's a nice energy in there. There's not a rule. I've seen many times, I many times played in a roda, never played with that person before. And then the game is so nice, so good, such a good energy. And the opposite as well. Never played with that person, never seen the person, shake the hand, it doesn't really work. And you go to the game and it doesn't sync, it doesn't work. You keep trying, the person is also trying, but it doesn't work. It's two different Lego pieces. Okay? Beleza. Mohammed.
It's nice to have the flow and the movement of stepping out and stepping in. It loosens your body up as well. So when you go to the ground, you're not as stiff, I feel. You're moving a bit more openly. So I enjoyed that part.
Legal, good. It's the idea, né? Mestre Biguidinho, keep moving. Mestre, ele falou que ele gostou desse negócio de entrar, sair, de fazer essa movimentação, de o corpo estar mais solto, né? Eu falei para ele o que o senhor sempre fala, né? Não para de se mexer. Vai, Banto.
For me, breaking up Jenga and practicing that over and over again is really important because you know how square I can be. So for me, just going over again and break it. That's I'm really enjoying doing that.
Good, nice. Have you guys ever seen the video of Mestre Pastinha doing Ginga? Mestre, o senhor já viu o vídeo do Mestre Pastinha fazendo a Ginga? Os mestres? com a ponta do pé assim, de sapato. Como é que é, mestre? Desculpa.
Eu já vi.
Muito bonito, né? Tipo um bailarino, né?
E é muito bonito.
Muito bonito. O senhor já viu, mestre? Ele não tá deixando eu tirar o senhor do mudo aí.
Eu já.
Bonito demais, né?
Isso aí, eu vi um vídeo dele em 66.
Aham.
Você era nascido?
Não, eu tava procurando um canto para nascer. Como é que é, mestre?
Eu não era nascido, eu sou de 71.
Eita, aí, mestre.
Eu também não era nascido. Eu ainda vou fazer 50 anos.
Tava eu e o mestre jogando capoeira lá, esperando um canto para nascer. Vamos lá. Ok, beleza. Mestre saying that they both. So there is a video of Mestre Pastinha doing Ginga, and he literally does. He's wearing his social, what we would say, work clothes here, né? And he's on his beautiful shirt, and the Ginga is there. And he goes, oh, it's beautiful, tá? And then you might think, but hold on a minute, that's Ginga? Yeah, it does, tá? Joga, play with the mestres, play with the masters in the roda. They win the game with the Ginga. And get Teta, play with Teta. He wins the game with the balance, with the Ginga. Yeah? This negasse is so deep. It brings so much culture, so much knowledge, so much baggage from Capoeira, the Ginga. Yeah? So it's important for us to do this broken thing. Yeah? Bem-vindo, Pacato. Okay, so guys, now I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go into the Axé Capoeira training ahead. Is this contemporary Capoeira, square Ginga, combats. I like to tell my students it's more like a sporty Capoeira. The Ginga has everything, has a rule for how you do cadeira, how you do base, how you do queixada, rule for everything. While in this variação is a lot, of course, in a contemporary capoeira contemporânea, body expression is really important. Balances, but it brings a little bit different, in a little bit of a different way. So we're gonna just do a couple of fast response, a sequence with, we're gonna use hands now, galopante, martelo, melodic compasso, okay? And then just play around that level. And then I will finish with some songs. Beleza? Just a question, we promoted for 4:30, but when I was talking to Teta, he said fine to go to 5, are people okay? Yeah? Maravilha, beleza. All right, so, vambora. Let me just put the... Ui, essa dói. Essa daqui.
De trás da queda.
Ok, ó. We're gonna use finta. We're gonna fake the queixada, Bjorn. So, ó. Half esquiva. I will finta queixada. You have to believe that I am gonna do a queixada. If you don't believe I'm gonna do a queixada, it doesn't work. Okay, so we have to have facial expression, body expression to convince my colleague I'm doing a queixada. Then I don't do a queixada. So the idea is that the person will be starting to defend, no queixada, up. Then meia lua comes. Tá? Então vim. Desci, ó. Troquei. Meia lua. Então, desci. Vou fintar a queixada. Like queixada. 1, 2, ó. The front leg would kick, right? Instead of kicking, you will literally go back. Okay, so, queixada, ó. Meia lua. Então vem. 1, 2. Meia lua. Legal? Vamos lá, try. Please don't break your furniture, neither your feet, neither your dog, your cat, your colleague, your relative passing in your house. Aí, vamos. Isso, Alejandro. Aí, Aureli, good. Jay, what happened to you? Cristina, you okay? Vai, Taj. Okay, no problem, Cristina. So you're okay, Lucky, no problem. Ok. Beleza. Tá? Just those two. So one finta queixada meia lua. Tá? I'm not gonna get into acrobatics. Very difficult for us to do. Maybe another class we can do it. Sometimes I do it with my students. Preparation for acrobatics. For a handstand, for a headstand, mortal, gato. Lots of preparations. I think this is important that we can do. But vamos lá. One more, so I'm concerned with time. Ó, usando o galopante agora, né? The idea is, has anybody here done boxing? One class even? I know Teta teaches a lot of self-defense. In boxing, we have what we call pêndulo. Okay? Like the clock, né? Tum, 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 né? O pêndulo. Tá? Então, o pêndulo we can use in capoeira as well. Especially when we're doing a game that's a little bit more, like I said. I don't think there is a right or a wrong capoeira style, a right or a wrong school, a right or a wrong master. I think everybody have their own truth. Capoeira is a dialogue. Sometimes it becomes an argument. Have you ever heard that? And if it becomes an argument, sometimes there is no time to run away. Of course, each one of you know that you're not going to get in an argument if you don't want to get in an argument. But it's part of capoeira as well. So, my colleague here, anda, tá? Uma meia lua de frente. Armado? Não. Ó, anda. Get up the other side. Galopante. Martelo. Meia lua. Anda de movement. 1, 2, 3. However, it's not everything in the same pace. Okay? It's a little bit nasty, that one. Usually, so if I go to do galopante with her, either she will block and then open, or she will try to get out and then come back, or she will get hit and then focus again. So the idea, gingo devagarzinho, meia lua de frente, galopante, martelo when she comes back, and meia lua. So you need to give this timing. Vinho, entendi. Foi, meia lua de frente. Gingo, meia lua de frente. Passei. 1, 2, and then 3. So you need to give this, tá? Vai, react. And then it's 1, 2. Então, fazer aqui, né? Passei. 1, 2, 3. Me dá um break no rabo. Fica aí, mano. Isso. Legal? So, ó. You wanna go together? Let's go together. Vamos lá, ó. Ginga. Ok, parou na base. Pêndulo. Galopante, ó. Don't do galopante like this. It's very easy to block. Elbow and hand. Ok, ó. Galopante. Martelo and the same leg right to the back. Elbow. Gingou. Parou. Cadeira. Pêndulo. This arm here. Galopante. Martelo. E a lua. Off you go. Aí tá, boa. Aí, Aurélio, good. Keep going, keep going. Ok, maravilha. Beleza. Beleza. Come back, come back. Let's have some água. Ô, mestre.
Quando você mostra o movimento da forma que você mostrou agora, eu curto muito, entendeu? Porque às vezes eu acho, né? A pessoa está fazendo um movimento ali, dependendo do tempo que ela tem de capoeira, ela não entende, entendeu?
Entendi.
Aí quando você mostra como que é usado com duas pessoas, isso aí é chocante. Eu sou chocante nisso aí, ó. É uma explicação muito boa, muito legal mesmo.
Obrigado, mestre. Obrigado mesmo.
É legal, porque eu vejo assim, né? Quando você vai fazendo a movimentação, eu entendo mais ou menos, tenho uma noção. Mas a pessoa que está começando, que tem 1 ano ou menos e tal, ela está fazendo porque tá feliz, né? Está fazendo aula, tá legal, mas ela não entende da onde vem um movimento para se esquivar, para bater e tal. E quando você mostrou com a sua aluna aí, né? Sua esposa, eu acho. Aí você dá uma explicação bem como usar o movimento. Isso é chocante. Eu gosto muito disso aí.
Pô, mas obrigado. Obrigado mesmo.
Legal, muito legal. O Teta tá aí, né? O Teta tá aí. Eu vi a cara dele aí.
Tá aí. Peraí. Vai lá, Teta.
É pra falar?
Ah, o Teta tá no carrinho dele lá, entregando os carvão. Entregando os carvão.
Valeu, mestre. Obrigado mesmo.
Não, tô aqui entregando as comidas aqui.
Tá bom. Então, vou fazer o finalzinho, tá bom, Teta? Vou lá. Okay, so Mestre was saying that he likes the idea that I was explaining to you guys how to use the movement. This thing of the timing. Sometimes you just go, galopante martelo meia lua. None of them work. Something I always heard is time and distance. Capoeira is time and distance. You need to get the right time and the right distance. And things work. Beleza? Any questions or comments? Vai lá, Paul.
I was struggling with the distance on that the first couple of times I tried it. And as you said, as you get more practice, the distance gets easier. When I was thinking, as you said, not to throw everything at once.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. Any more questions? By Mohammed.
Master, you know when you duck under and go for the galopante, is it a specific side? Can you do both sides, or is it a certain side you should throw it?
You definitely don't want to do pendulum following the kick.
Okay.
Okay, so the kick is coming that way. Yeah?
Okay.
I gotta do pendulum here. Ah, sorry, the camera's on you. That's why.
Yeah.
So, kick is coming that way.
Yeah.
So there's a kick coming here. I gotta do pendulum there. Ooh. And then the kick passed, my galopante gets in.
That's what I'm saying. Can you throw with the other hand as well, or are you only meant to throw with that one hand?
Oh, yeah, but the person is going that way.
Okay.
For us to keep following.
See.
That's why Capoeira we do the game that goes against the movements or following the movements. It depends on the situation.
See.
So in this situation, a gallop punch against after is surprise. So you get the person off feet. Is it not? Off foot.
Off balance.
A gente tem o contrapé, né, mestre? Pega no contrapé. A pessoa está indo para um lado e o movimento vem para o outro. Ok? Maravilha. Anybody else? Ok. Pacato. Yes, Pacato. You need to unmute yourself.
Contramestre, can you replace the martello with a gancho as well? Does that still work?
Just 1 second. Oh, no, it's here now. Say that again,
sure.
Pacato.
Contramestre, can you replace the martello with a gancho? Does it still work?
Boom. Boom. Yeah, you can, but boom. The gancho, you're going to have to be flexible to bring the gancho in here and up there.
Okay.
Yeah? You can. My capoeira brother, Mestre Andrezinho now, man, so flexible. How many times I saw him getting close like here, and then putting a chapa from here. Boom. Very flexible. Né? O mestre conheceu o mestre pequeno lá de São Paulo, né, mestre? E o pessoal lá do Farol da Barra, todo mundo bem alongado. So, you know, there is that as well. If you've got flexibility, you can exploit this. Okay?
Thank you.
Maravilha. Okay, guys, so just to finish, I will do some music quickly for you to understand a little bit of what I was saying in terms of it's difficult, isn't it? Online, we can't really give movements together, etc. But we keep going for our minds as well. So very good to see everybody. Reminding if you want to donate, Teta has the link. Whatever amount you want to donate, you can. Don't feel obligated to donate as well. If you cannot, fair enough. Beleza? Então, vamos lá. Na vadiação, a gente vai fazer, we're gonna do a ladainha, louvação, né? And then long corrido. I'm gonna sing some long corridos that I like to sing here, tá? We have tried a lot in our classes to do singing through Zoom. Oh my God. It's literally to learn the lyrics, because it's very difficult, very difficult. So I'm gonna give you the lyrics. Please sing them by yourself, okay? Ó, por favor. Now, if I'm spelling right or not, then is a different story, okay? But please, it's something to help you reading. Aqui babá, acanjere, nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue. Aqui babá, acanjere, nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue. I can hear you, keep going. I can feel the vibration. E aqui babá, acanjere, nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue. Aqui babá,
acanjere.
You go from there.
Nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue.
E aqui babá, acanjere, nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue.
Aqui babá, acanjere, nego nagu, tem catinga de sarigue.
Maravilha. And then there will be the variação. I told you, we start a little bit slower, and then faster, faster. When the clap comes in, then the game is full. There is no, you can't do it here, there, chamada, pula, queda, light-hearted. As long as the whole game, you light-hearted and you enjoy, the other person's enjoying, it's an amazing energy. Beleza? But, of course, the lineage I come from as well, we go with o samba então, né? O samba então. Samba então. Ô, Teta, essa música é pra você, Teta. Maravilha. Beleza. And then, so then our rodas will go that way. We will go variação for a while, sitting down, and then get up and do the samba into grande regional and follow those two languages we learn in classes. Like I was saying, the accent of the movements for each thing. Beleza? So I hope you enjoyed. Okay, thank you for joining. Tá? Obrigado aos mestres aí, ao contramestre Teta, né, de fazer o convite e de fazer esse projeto, né, de tocar para frente. Muito, muito bom. Eu acho que a gente, o que eu venho falando aí, a tecnologia ajuda muito. É muito bom a tecnologia, a gente poder ter a videoteca, YouTube e assim vai. E as mídias sociais aí, várias lives no Instagram. Mas, ao mesmo tempo, também dando mais ênfase a uma cultura do visual, a cultura do tamanho do meu bíceps, a cultura do tamanho de quanto sexy meu corpo é, de tamanho da carteira, e tá esquecendo da essência da capoeira. Não é que tá esquecendo da capoeira, acho que vai estar sempre nessa guerra, tudo na vida acho que vai estar sempre nessa guerra entre o tradicional e o moderno. Mas eu acho que a capoeira é uma coisa tão importante que carrega essa ancestralidade, essa oralidade muito forte, que a gente não pode esquecer disso, a gente não pode ainda trocar a vivência de um mestre ou de uma mestra de anos na capoeira, achando que em 3, 4, 5, 10 anos a gente vai conseguir chegar próximo disso, por causa da tecnologia que a gente tem, né? Eu acho que a tecnologia que a gente tem, acesso aos trabalhos acadêmicos, aos livros, né, ao conhecimento registrado, é muito bom para que a gente consiga levar a capoeira para um outro patamar, mas respeitando e seguindo o guidance, né, a orientação dos mestres, né, lembrando desse valor de conteúdo. Né? So I'm saying that technology is amazing. Né? It helps a lot. Globalization helped a lot. And I know that there is a massive debate on globalization of is it good or is it bad for the local artists, for the local business? Is it going to enhance the local business, the local artists, or is it going to kill them? And I feel it's still a big thing to be debatable. And it's the same thing in capoeira. Technology is amazing. We gladly, in this pandemic, are able to be connected with the entire capoeira community globally through internet and keep training, keep learning. So many new things emerged. Lives on Instagram every day. There's somebody doing a live with a different master. It's so amazing. It's like now I don't need to go into BBC Global. I've got the Capoeira channel. I can go and choose the masters I want to listen to the story about. Or singing or anything. There's so many people. Amazing. This is really good. But we cannot forget something that it's the negative side of it is enhancing a culture of the visual, a culture of how big is my biceps, how sick is my body, how fat is my wallet. And we need to remember that capoeira brings this. We love capoeira. Everybody who feels something about capoeira, it's because mainly it's carried with so much love, the knowledge, the orality, being passed from master to master, or master to maestra, or maestra to maestri, passed from teacher to students with so much passion. We cannot forget that technology helps us. We have a massive books and academic work around capoeira, or YouTube is the knowledge being registered and us being able to study it without doing what at least I started capoeira doing. You had to go and stay with the master. No other way. You gotta go to an event, sit down and be, Master, can I carry your bag? I've always been taught this and I always try. Master, can I carry your bag? And then you carry the bag and you're there and you can talk and you can learn and you can get close. Today, YouTube, books, every social media, it helps us, but let's not forget that a whole life dedicated from masters or mastresses cannot be forgotten. Cannot be forgotten. It has to be valued. And we need to use all the tools we have today in our hands for the good of capoeira. And for us to bring all of those tools that we can eat knowledge, but don't forget the base, the essential things. There are plenty of things that will not be in the books, plenty of things that will not be in any YouTube tutorial, any live on Instagram. There are things that are simply convivência, né? O nome do mestre, do grupo do mestre é conviver, não é, mestre? É convivência, be with somebody there, gain it, listen. Capoeira is not only made by fundaments and movements, it's made by people's cultural and social capital, okay? Where they grown up, which master they learned, which area of the world now, not only in Brazil, which lineage they come from, for us to start understanding all of this. Beleza? Muito bom. Então, é isso aí. I hope there was enough for you to sweat your t-shirt, and enough for you to get your soul a little bit less sad with this whole pandemic, né? Beleza? Tá bom? Any questions or comments, please? Quilombolas, meu Deus do céu, é sempre o mesmo. Olha lá, vai lá.
It was really cool to as everyone said, to try and do those movements that we were doing today and break up the Jenga and see how like that breaks your mindset from going back into those patterns, as Bantu was saying as well. So it was nice to work with that, and really nice to, this is my first ever time of doing what you were saying, where we're in a workshop with other students from other schools and other communities, and it's really cool to see you up here.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Money.
I really like how the community is coming more together now that we're in lockdown and we're all coming together to do capoeira classes. I find it really nice. Learn from different teachers and stuff.
Very good. And hopefully soon we're gonna have one with Teta as well. Anybody else? Somebody else had the hand up in a minute ago. Vai, Tubarão.
Yeah.
That's not my voice.
No, it's not your voice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. Hold on, let me just move it here. Yes.
Sorry. Right, I just wanted to say thank you very much, obrigada. Really enjoyed the class, bringing the movements together that we know, but in a different manner. And I thought that was, yeah, very, very great. And thank you, Contra-Mestre Nego Teta, for organizing that and supporting our mestre. So, obrigada again.
Nada. Thank you very much. Thank you. Muito bom. Tubarão?
Yeah, again, just to thank you for the class today as well, and just kind of pointing out that this is a good way of using technology to bring some of that visibility to all the masters that, like you've been saying, have done so much, because they're not so technology savvy. They cannot, use this resource in a moment like this. So I'm really happy to be part of this and be able to help other masters while also learning much.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. More? Vai, monitora.
I was going to say the same thing. It's really nice to see, existing friends like Taj, who's been to our events before, but new friends as well. It's really cool, and I think I want to thank you, Contra-Mestre and Contra-Mestre Nego Teta, for thinking about the mestres, because they're our ancestralidade, and also, not to forget where we come from and who's taught us what we know in Capoeira, and that's super important, and that shows from your part and Contra-Mestre Nego Teta's part that you respect that and as we've said before, nurture that as well. So thank you.
Beleza, no problem. Thank you. Mohammed.
Just going to the talking about ancestry. I just like how, I love how you do follow with that as well. I mean, obviously we do it in our daily lives, so following our ancestry and everything that they do. So to learn from you, to learn from other mestres and bring them into our school as well as our game, it's just beautiful to see. And like you always emphasize how much your mestres mean to you. I mean, like you mean to us. It's just this. It's nice to see that there are a lot of mestres out there that follow that tradition as well. So
Thank you. Bantu, yeah. Let me just put quickly something about what Mohammed said. I think Teta. I was talking to Teta the other day about the same thing. Like I said, we have people in every profession, my opinion, every profession, people will have a speciality. Independent of the profession, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper on something. And in Capoeira, we have this same. And we have some people who inspire us. Right? I get inspired by listening. The ones who are already gone, Mestre Valdemar singing, Mestre Aira singing, Mestre Caissara singing. I also get inspired by the ones who are here, Mestre Barrão, Contra-Mestre Rafael, Mestre Pernalonga. But I get inspired by the people moving, Gugu, Arthur, Xuxo, Cacique, amazing. The girl from Israel, Sapira, beautiful. And I think we get inspired by many capoeiristas. It's amazing. But it's exactly this. Né? Mestre de capoeira, a mestre de capoeira. They are not masters of social media. So there are plenty masters there with so much knowledge, so much content, so much value, helping so much those around them. Because capoeira is this, we pass the seed and we have to care. It's very difficult if we teach capoeira without caring for the people we teach. So this is why I think is important for us to always look at what capoeira gave us and value. I think this is the simple. Look what capoeira gave us, because you met somebody. We say you didn't choose capoeira, capoeira chose you. You probably heard that before. So if capoeira chose you and capoeira put somebody on your path, value that, because capoeira is there. You're gonna get to see everybody. Vai lá, Banto.
I kind of wanted to build on that controversy in that, you know, you talk about your lineage and you talk about, you know, Mestre Eddie Murphy, Mestre Bahal. You separated you created your own school separate from them. They're still your master. You still hark back to the lessons that you learned from them. And, you know, for us as well, when we feel we're strong and tall, we need to remember that we're actually standing on the shoulders of giants to make us that tall. And that goes all the way back. I mean, if you think about, like, you know, the twilight years of Mestre Pastina, such a massive impact he had on the entirety of Capoeira. And what happened? He was left unloved, alone. And that should never, never, never happen. So we should always think about what brought us to this point and not have our heads all expanded by how great we think we are and that we made it all ourselves. So for me, I think, you know, doing this and the time that we had the class before to support the maestries, essential.
Top. Thank you. Really good. Okay. Obrigado. Thank you, Banto. I will pass to Contramestre. O mestre, o senhor quer ter uma palavra aí? O senhor quer falar alguma coisa? O senhor está aí a aula todinha com a gente?
Eu tô vendo aqui, meu cabelo tá feio, né? Que eu tô em casa sem fazer nada, né? Que é, eu tô todo barbudo, cabelo todo... mas tá bom assim mesmo. Foi legal o Contramestre Cabeça tá presenciando, né? Sempre que o Teta me chama para alguma coisa, ele fala que tem alguma coisa, eu vou, né? Porque nós somos muito amigos, e você também. E é bacana a gente ter esse encontro aí. Fica sabendo que eu joguei capoeira agora, né? Porque a gente não joga capoeira só com o corpo, a gente joga com a mente também. Eu já aproveitei o embalo aí, já te vi como é que você faz o movimento, porque quando a gente se encontrar, eu vou passar menos dificuldade, né? Porque o raciocínio nosso da capoeira é essa, né? A gente vai olhar como a pessoa joga, mais ou menos, para quando a gente se encontrar, não passar menos perigo, né? É verdade. A gente tem que aproveitar cada momento, cada instante. E isso foi muito bom mesmo. A próxima nós estamos juntos. E eu vou, como sempre, eu colaboro sempre com o Teta aí quando ele faz essas campanhas, né? Eu sempre dou uma ajuda, se Deus quiser. Tamo junto, é isso aí. Valeu mesmo, foi muito bom.
Obrigado mesmo. Mestre saying that he liked, first thing he said was his hair is not nice and his beard is good because he's at home. Mestre, you're looking really good. And he said that I played capoeira today because we don't only play capoeira by physically, we play mentally as well. And he gave me a little cue. He said, I was observing your game here, checking things, because next time when I meet you, I know where to go and how to go. Okay, but it's true. I think this is a teaching that we always learn. Observing capoeira is really good. And saying that he thanks Contramestre Teta, always trying to support, and he will support as he can. Nego velho, Biguidinho, o senhor quer falar alguma coisa?
Eu vou falar que você não precisa nem falar, que eu gosto de vadiação, mano. Eu gosto de vadiação. Para mim, eu sei que capoeira é tudo, mas para mim a vadiação, a malandragem, eu gosto de passando, sem palavra, isso em mim. Eu vou na roda de capoeira. Se não tiver vadiação, mano, mas tava bom. É isso que eu gosto de ver.
Tá bom.
Show de bola.
Beleza, mestre. Obrigado. Valeu. Mestre saying he likes vadiação. Is his thing. You know, if he goes in a capoeira roda and they don't bring this type of time, of moment for the vadiação, he doesn't get very happy. Tá? Very nice. Contra mestre Teta, é isso aí, mano. Eu sei que você tá dirigindo aí.
Deixa eu encostar o carro agora, peraí.
Ah, tá chegando, tá chegando?
Eu tô aqui. Eu encostei o carro aqui, peraí.
Tá bom.
Aí não, tá tranquilo. Aí, agora sim. Well, first of all, thank you very much, all of you guys who being part of this project and helping Mr. Jaime. All of you guys, much obliged. There's no words to thank you for being here and supporting us in this time. And anytime you need, you know you can count on my support. So thank you very much, Contramestre Marcos Cabeça, for the class. I do apologize for not having much time to be checking the class all the time because I'm still at work, but I'm still trying to follow. I was trying to follow as much as I could. Thank you, Monitora Piu Piu, for being there as well and supporting, helping. Guys, well done, well done. Great knowledge, great movement, great wisdom. You know, this is what we expect from each other. Being professional, but at the same time knowing what we're doing with the respect, with the culture, respecting the not only the mass but all the students, because this is what make our capoeira grow. All of you guys. Without you guys, we would not be here teaching anyone. Contramestre Marcos Cabeça would not be there teaching anyone. So you are the pillar of this building. So thank you very much for it. Each of you. I cannot say the name of each of you because of my mobile, so I can't see most of you over here. But God bless you all. I really enjoy you guys being here today. I was laughing a lot here as well. This is what capoeira is for me. It's the build of the capoeira. It's the build of the soul, what you can express into the art and how you can help each other. So all of your comments, much respected. Now I just share some words in Portuguese for Mestre Bigodinho and Mestre Valdir.
O senhor tá
Mestre Valdir.
Que o Corinthians é maravilhoso.
Obrigado, Mestre Valdir, por estar aí com a gente assistindo aí, né? O Contramestre Marcos, né? Obrigado, Mestre Bigodinho, por estar com a gente também. Mestre Valdir sempre com a gente aí, sempre a gente junto, a gente já se conhece aí já de longas datas, né? De muito tempo. Ele também estudando aqui em York, Deus tá indo dar uma força para ele Manchester, mesma coisa contra o Mestre Marcos Cabeça, a gente tá tentando sempre ajudar na forma que a gente pode, né? Mestre Bigodinho, obrigado por estar aí com a gente também, mestre, entendeu? Espero que aí no Brasil as coisas vão melhorando para o senhor e para as outras pessoas do Brasil que possam assistir no vídeo também. Com grande felicidade do mundo inteiro, né? Também o Mestre Bigodinho. Já convenci o Mestre Bigodinho, agora tem que trazer o Mestre Valdir também para largar mão daquele negócio lá, daquela camisa do carcará dele, desenhado daquele passarinho lá, e vir para Mancha Verde. O Mestre Bigodinho já veio para Mancha Verde para o Palmeiras, Mestre Valdir. Para o senhor sair ali na Vila Quebrada e vir com nós também. Ó, deixa no coração de todo mundo aquele abraço, Deus que abençoe a todos. Através do Marcos Cabeça, sem palavras, irmão. Ó, Deus que te abençoe de coração mesmo, tá? Que Jesus continua sempre iluminando o seu caminho e sempre iluminando o seu caminho de luz e com paz. Estamos juntos e misturados.
Axé. Valeu. Obrigado. Tá? Valeu, Teta. Thank you, everybody. Mestres, muito obrigado, tá? Bom final de semana, everybody. Tchau.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
Obrigado mesmo.
Tchau.
Ciao. Bye, everyone.